All right, welcome to the Junius Maltby channel. Give me 30 seconds. I'm just getting logged in. I'm just getting everything set up. I've got all the tabs pulled up, all the stories, all the charts, everything we're going to discuss here for this morning's look. Let's see, U.S. markets open in 6 minutes. It's February 1st. I'm going to go grab my coffee real quick. Take a look at this chart. Right now, it's still pre-market activity taking place. But join me, spread the message, hit like, hit share, post this somewhere. I will be right back. Let me go grab my coffee, and I'll see you guys in 4 minutes. All right, sound check, sound check. I'm back. Let me get a coaster so I can drink my coffee like a civilized human being. Bear with me. Have a sick little wife at home. And got up early to do this and get this information. And of course, I think part of my brain was perked up. I was like, wait a minute. The market's open soon. Rise up. You got to check this out. You're going to want to witness this. Let's go see what happens. So, so last night there was like the pre-market trading. That's what everyone was talking about. We just saw, the pre-trading. It wasn't really the U.S. Open market. It wasn't, what is it, 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, and then like 9:30 Eastern, if I'm not mistaken. And we're getting close to that time right now. It's going to be 3 minutes out. There are articles already punching out in the news, and I'll show you a couple of those that I've got pulled up. CNBC was reporting this morning already that silver's soaring. Commerce Bank says to watch for bubbles in other commodities. Of course, they always tend to talk about that. It's funny how you'll always notice this with CNBC and the mainstream financial networks. And I'm not disagreeing with them. There could be a retreat. There could be some activity like that. There's always the weak hands that come in, or the people that are buying essentially on just FOMO, with the fear of missing out. They don't have any ideological investment in why they are acquiring precious metals, and they're just here to make a quick fiat buck, punch out, and then go, buy some other stock someplace. And they're not in it for the long haul. Wealth preservation, dynastic wealth preservation, like we talk about here oftentimes. So that's a possibility. Well, absolutely, you should consider that. I consider that. I think about it, but I don't really care. And that's the difference between me and most people, is I just don't care. Here we go. Silver jumps 11%, the most in 11 years, as Reddit traders try their squeeze play with the metal. We're going to talk about this headline. We're going to look at charts. We're going to be here for a while this morning because we're going to keep our eye on the activity, on the SLV, on all this stuff. There's a couple of different things we're going to have to look at this morning. So welcome to the chat. Welcome. Good morning to you. Where I am, it's a good morning. Anyways, Rolf, DW, I got Rolf Steiner, I got Highlander Stackin, a member of the channel. Good to see you, my friend. Give me a sound check if you guys would. I think you guys can hear me. Are we winning, Rolf says. I think we are. Reckless, good to see you. Fellow pirate, the DW. So welcome aboard the what did we call this again? And Cats Raiders. I think that's what Mrs. Maltby named our pirate ship. That's the chat. That's what you guys are in the little chat group over there. And Cats Raiders. All right. Made some coffee. I learned a new coffee trick. While we're getting into the news, let me share a new coffee trick with you guys. Coffee's quite acidic, correct? Well, if you can, get a chance. It doesn't change the flavor. It actually enhances it, mellows it out a little bit. Use a tiny bit of baking soda in there. Cut the acid. It'll help your stomach too. If you're an avid coffee drinker. If you're someone like myself, I drink around 75 to 100 cups of coffee a day. Just kidding. Come on, that's an exaggeration. I start my morning off with a good 2 cups of coffee, and I'll tell you, Mrs. Maltby just messaged me. It's Ann Cat's Armada. Okay, Ann Cat's Armada. But put some baking soda in your coffee. It'll cut the acid, and I don't know. I think it'll help you out. Now, a friend of mine taught me that trick recently, and I've been going for it. So, arg, matey. D-Dub, all of us, we're 5x5 on the sound. We're ready to get started then. I'll be slurping my coffee here and checking this out. We got silver jumping 11%, the most in 11 years. I'm going to want to keep my eye on the open though, real quick here. Let's go back up. Let's just check this out. I want to see what they report at here. So it's 29.83 on the main page for CNBC right now. The markets are going to open here right now. We are 1 minute in, 29.83, up $2.90, up 10.7%. And they said it's going to be done. Now, friends, no credit to really, we were part of it. I'm going to give you credit. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say every one of you in the chat, because I know a lot of you bought silver. $2 ago. I know many of you were buying this in the 20 range. You were part of this. Look at the SLV down here. Look at this, 27.59. That reminds me, I have to dump my SLV and close my Robinhood this morning. I was waiting for this to open, so you're going to be here live as I do that. Let's see if they'll let me do it. Let us see if they will let me. Holding display data. I'm going to try that right now. Trade, sell. Yeah. There we go. Got rid of it. And then I'm going to move that over. And I'll be done. I'm going to close my Robinhood account. As I told you guys the other day, I made a video. If you haven't caught it, it's a pretty good rant. I go off. I'm pretty angry at that time. And I've decided to completely delete Robinhood. I'm never going back to it. And you'll get all the details in that video. I didn't spend too much time or effort in Robinhood. However, out of complete ideology and support for the people, the movement, I cannot participate in a program like that or with an app like that has done the things they have recently done. I also made a very good point to leave them 1-star ratings at least once a day on any place I know of that rates them, especially the Apple app. If you use an Android phone, you'll have to go to Google, leave them a 1-star rating, and then I write them little rants or tirades and just kind of chew them out my own little way. I haven't seen any of my rants that I've written to them pop up as a comment that you can see for the public. Maybe it's somewhere in the hundreds of thousands of comments that were deleted by Google in order to protect Robinhood. But again, that story is on my video for that topic. La Petite Silver, throwing down the Bernie Sanders emojis. Welcome, my friend. I'm glad you're making use of the custom emojis by being a channel member. Carlos Danger, good morning as well. Good morning, all of you. Good morning, my friends. Welcome. Now let me set this up because you can't see the screen as well as I'd like you to. So I'm going to center this here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now you can see it, I think. You can see it a little bit better. Looking at the comics here. Silver Comics, 29.82 up 290, 10.8%. Pretty good jump today. Pretty good movement. Now, I was going to also show you that CNN was reporting on this as well. surprising. CNN usually doesn't cover the news. Where was my CNN link? I don't like to go there usually because it gives them. Here it is. I don't like to give CNN a click. I don't even like to give them any ad money. But today we'll make an exception. We'll let CNN get a couple of my shekels. What is this? What is this? Who is this man with a beard on my screen? What is this? Silver surges as the Reddit army targets precious metals. And yes, the Reddit army. Now, I got to interject something here because I heard a lot of negative reaction to what we were going to try to do here. I know a lot of people in the silver community and in the stacking community, many of them very good. They're friends of mine. Again, this is not something I'm going to hold against anybody. It's just a point to make. Just a friendly, if you were at family dinner and you pointed something out to another family member or something. They didn't believe this was possible. A lot of them weren't really even looking at it and paying that much attention to it at the early days. Like Wednesday was when, all the news really broke about the GameStop situation very early last week. By Wednesday is when the idea hit me, and again, the timing of it was impeccable. It also hit a lot of those on the Reddit Wall Street Bets board. But I didn't know because I don't peruse that. I had no idea where. I still don't know how to find that, whatever you call it, chat room or forum on Reddit. So I don't know where it is. But at the same time that day, it hit me as well. Like, hey, we should do this with silver. I got up. I had worked the day before, and I decided to make a video on the topic. So I came in here and I decided to do the extemporaneous ramblings of a madman. I pulled up some links. Did some reading and said, you know what, we should do this with silver. This is something that's owed. We've tried this before with JP Morgan. We've tried to crash the banks by buying silver. Let's do it. And let's do it buying physical. Let's crash the banks, buy physical, do a squeeze physically. A lot of people didn't think it was possible or that it could happen. They said, as a matter of fact, that it was impossible and that it wouldn't move the price, really. Well, I beg to differ, beg to differ. We're doing some serious movement here. This is, again, what did I tell you the other day when we were reading this? And I don't know how accurate it is. It might even be worse than this. It might be more. But for every dollar we can move silver, we can squeeze $2 million out of these banks and hedge funds, I believe. And I don't know if that's per contract or not. I don't know how that works. Honestly, I'm not a COMEX person. Let me get a drink of coffee here. I'm still only like 2 sips deep in coffee, so I'm kind of tired. All right. Okay. Move over GameStop. Reddit mania is spreading to the precious metals market. This is from CNN. Silver futures surged as much as 13% to Monday, touching 5-month highs. That follows a 6% rally last week. Meanwhile, retail sites warned customers over the weekend they could not meet skyrocketing demand for silver bars and coins. That doesn't sound like SLV to me. I've never seen an SLV coupon or stock made of real silver. They're paper. They're not even that. The ones that I just dumped in Robinhood, they were digits on a screen. I've never held them. I never took possession of those stocks. Robinhood held them, right? They're not mine. And they're gone now, so don't worry about it. There was only 2 of them. I had like $50 in the SLV ever. So I just dumped them. Believe me, I'm closing out. Robinhood's gone. They're dead to me. You're dead to me. You're dead to me. Meanwhile, retail sites warning customers that they couldn't meet the skyrocketing demand. And this is great. Hashtag Silver Squeeze is trending on Twitter. I don't know. That's incredible to me. That's incredible. I hope you guys are sharing these videos. I hope you're liking them. Go back and find some of those rants and send them out there. Maybe that'll wake your aunt and uncle up a little bit. Those that have been sleeping for the past couple of decades. Show them this is what's going on. This is what the front line looks like. This is the financial war that we're in. This is what we do. In more recent trading, silver futures were up 11%. Shares of precious metals miners, Core Mining, CDE, rallied 20% in pre-market trading, while Pan American Silver, Pan Am Silver, PAAS, rose 15%. So all of the silver stocks look like they're doing pretty well as a result of this. The moves provide another example of the power of a group that has captivated Wall Street. And it's not just them, because I know this is, of course, and I don't mind that, they can get the credit. This is not all Wall Street bets. I mean, how many of you are actually in the Wall Street bets? How many of you little pirates, how many of you raiders are part of that? I'm not. I've never, again, like I said, I've never contributed. I don't have a Reddit sign in or login. I've never been there once. So this is beyond the Wall Street bets. And this is beyond that. This is huge. This is you guys. This is actually the stacking community. And little does CNN, little does CNBC, little do these people know the dedication, the tenacity, and the iron diamond grip clad hands that you guys have when it comes to holding precious metals. You guys are the veterans. They're giving credit to these people that, they bought silver on a FOMO, some of them. Some of them are part of some Reddit forum, and they're like, I'm going to go buy some silver because my bros and my frat buddies are doing it. And it's not really, like I told you earlier in the video, they're not ideologically aligned with this. They don't have any skin in the game as much like you guys. You guys are the veterans. I mean, some of you far more so than me, for sure. You guys have been in the trenches, knee-deep in mud, bayonets fixed with a 1,000-yard stare after suffering the mortar fire of precious metal suppression for 2 decades. You guys are sitting there, shaking. Well, not shaking out of fear, maybe hunger and dehydration as you slurp your way and slosh your way through these mud-filled trenches of the war zone against fiat and the war zone against these big banks. You guys are the true warriors and veterans. These guys are like, you guys were like wave one. You hit the beaches and fought this thing from the beginning. And now these guys are coming in as like fresh reinforcements. Reinforcements. See, I'm still early. Let me have another cup of coffee because I just used the word refreshment instead of reinforcement. All right. You guys hit the beaches early. Now the reinforcements are showing up and they're acting like they did it. And you're sitting there with empty magazines, bullets in your garments. You don't have any more grenades left. And you really did secure the beachhead for silver. And good job. Keep holding. And you guys are the real holders, the real veterans of this fight who have been in it the longest. I mean, I've seen some of you guys share your stacks online. We've discussed it. We've talked about it. And I know some of you guys have put a significant dent in the physical supply of silver. I mean, you guys have dragon layers, dragon hordes worth of it. So you're doing pretty good. But now these Wall Street bets guys, they think they're going to take some of the credit for it. We'll see how much. I know physical disappeared this weekend pretty quickly, especially starting Friday. It was on. Wall Street bets, the Reddit forum sent GameStop, GME, AMC, and other heavily shorted stocks skyrocketing last week, roiling markets and crushing some hedge funds that had bet against those stocks. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, make bankers experiment with gravity again. I'd love to see some bankers, just, some big hedge fund managers that lost everything in these hedge funds because they were short in silver, decide to go, practice skydiving off of their building. It'd be beautiful, beautiful moments. Robinhood, the free trading app, came under fire after restricting trades in GameStop and other stocks. Yes, Robinhood, and you're never coming back from that because I'm deleting it, as well as hundreds of thousands of others. People on Wall Street set their sights on silver and the iShares Silver Trust, ASLV. Remember the other day when I showed you that Robinhood listed the SLV with 50 other stocks that they were going to limit trading on. And they were pretty upset. They upset the community. I know a lot of you saw that. I did a video on it. I ranted about it quite a bit. Here it says, SLV will destroy the biggest banks, not just some little hedge funds. Wall Street Bets user wrote. Another claimed JP Morgan Chase has been suppressing metals for a long time. This should be epic. Load up. Several noted that JP Morgan paid a record $920 million fine last year to settle. We've talked about this. You heard this here on the channel. To settle charges that it engaged in manipulative trades of futures tied to precious metals as well as treasuries. How often have we talked about JP Morgan? I mean, their name is synonymous with precious metals manipulation. They were the ones that got caught spoofing, if you will, if you allow me to use the verb. Such a disgusting word, spoofing. JP Morgan, yes, they were caught spoofing. And I don't know how many of their individuals went to jail for that, but they did pay a hefty fine. And of course, they were manipulating treasuries as well. However, some posts on Wall Street, and don't worry, guys, I know you're here, you're just tuning in. We're going to get to the charts. We're going to look at metals. We're going to keep looking at it and checking in. But right now, we're covering this information. We'll do a quick peek over here. 29.95. We're about to break 30, so we might want to watch that for a second and then get back to the story. Let's check out the silver price here. Silverprice.org. 29.86. Can you guys see that? Okay, let me make sure you guys can see the charts that I'm looking at. I'll get it bigger for you. 29.86. This is on silver price. All right, let me get you some more. We're going to keep going with the stories as well, but we're going to interrupt this. We interrupt this program to bring you live breaking news of the price of silver as it breaks $30 an ounce again. Let's take a look here. I think you guys can see it okay. Yes, you can. Good. So here we go. We are looking at silver price at $29.89. I'm back on CNBC. $29.98. They're actually updating it pretty quickly here, pretty much live, I'm guessing. Go to the 1 day. I'm going to go to the 1 day chart here. Now this is the silver COMEX, March 21. Delivery. $29.97, up $3, up 11.3%. I'm going to get to showing you guys in a minute. We'll read through some of the messages from some of our bullion dealer friends here also while we're here today. Let me get this up here so you can see it. There you go, my friends. I want to make sure you guys get the best experience, user experience possible, viewer experience, because I sometimes forget to adjust the images that go through the program that makes this a live feed. So, and I handle this all myself. I don't have an engineer in here. Mrs. Maltby's still in bed. There we go. $30. Boom. 30.00. Again, 30.00. $30. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The silver COMEX just breached $30. It's now $30.02. Let's go back and check silverprice.org. We just saw this live. Somebody timestamp that. Timestamp that moment. Let's go back. Let's go back. We're watching this live. We are watching this. 30.02. Silverprice.org. 29. They've got it. This is the CFDS on silver. And then their feed looks like it went down. I'll refresh it. Back to the COMEX. COMEX is $30.05. We need this to decouple. Physics Hypernova, welcome to the chat, my friend. All of you, members of the channel. Jonathan Holmes, my friend, good to see you. Always appreciate your input, your comments. They're always so calm and articulate. I'm glad you're here to kind of keep us a little bit more grounded at times. Good to see you. Don't be surprised to see a 2 billion ounce volume on the COMEX today, says Jonathan Holmes. Sometimes I get the impression he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two. Let's see, what else? We got D-Dub in there, 3-day delivery now over 9 days. For some reason, I haven't received my order yet. I would be patient, and if you've placed an order, be patient. These companies, these bullion dealers, think of what they went through. They sold I've read about it. They sold all of their silver. I mean, imagine coming into some of these places on a Monday morning and having to fill your weekend orders, or some of the orders that, if the places that did allow weekend orders, they're coming in right now and every single ounce of silver in their inventory has been accounted for and sold, and they're packaging all day. Today, you got to feel bad. I mean, there's going to be a lot of paper cuts. You might want to buy stock in packing tape, because I think packing tape and bubble mailers are going to be in short supply after this weekend, because so much silver is being shipped nationwide. And that's Mrs. Maltby messaging me from her lair. And she's just talk into the mic, Junius. You keep moving away and it's irritating. The volume's affected when you do that. What a sweet little girl. That's why I need you in here, doll. If you can hear me, maybe you could I'm trying to read both screens here. I'm doing this all by myself. I'm like the drummer from Def Leppard. I've only got one arm. I've got a computer in a bizarre situation. I've got my coffee here. I've got a mouse on this side, a little laptop and a cord in front of my face, and the microphone. We're at $30.04. The silver COMEX. What a beautiful day this is, huh? What if we break the COMEX? Could you imagine? Can you imagine that headline? You ever thought about that for a second? Like, imagine the headlines. The COMEX is devastated. They don't have the physical to deliver, and they capitulate. Oh, I love it. D-Dub throwing down the end the Fed emoji with a gold bar. I love it. Can you imagine when we make the move on gold? Oh, goodness. The problem is they hold 19% of above ground physical. It's be so hard to get it. We could do it sometime, though. Like Kyle Bass said, though, these people don't have the physical. They don't. And that's it's a very important piece of information. Even with gold, they don't have the physical to cover this stuff. They think that, quote, price will solve everything. And it's not going to, because we're going to take it off the market and we're not going to sell it back to you. That needs to be certain. Continuing on, I think this is scaring. Wall Street is definitely scared. Wall Street is scared because we're now using their tricks. And again, this has never happened before. We're using the convergence here of technology, social media, the speed of executing transactions and purchasing things. Also, the word of mouth. We're organizing. We are organizing as peasants. We're ringing the church bells. That Reddit forum and Wall Street Bets, this channel, when you come here and we hang out together and do this, it's the equivalency in the ancient days or the medieval times of ringing the church bells and saying the enemies are at the gates. And all of us coming together and essentially making ourselves into a ragtag team of, disruptors. We are disrupting the situation. We are attacking the establishment. We're disrupting their situation, and I love it. I wanted to peek over at the dollar, so that's what I'm doing right now. The dollar is sitting at 90.80. Why does my mouse not click things? This computer, let me tell you. I'll tell you, my computer, there we go. Let's make the little hand thing and then do the little click thing and then open up thing. US dollar index, intercontinental exchange. Very important index for us, especially when we're talking about commodities, gold, and silver. This is interesting. This is interesting. What is this? What is this? The dollar is doing an up thing. It's up it's up 0.22 basis points, up 0.25%. We've got the dollar at 90.807. The dollar is up and silver is up. What is this? This is not supposed to happen. The dollar is supposed to go down and silver up, or vice versa. It's interesting. This is not something that you normally see. I mean, it's happened before. We've talked about it. There's been days where gold went up with the dollar. But oftentimes, if the dollar is gaining strength, things like silver and gold will tend to pause or even retreat a little bit. Gold, we haven't even checked in on gold today. According to the INO.com, it's at 1867, up $5. I mean, this is crazy because I don't know how many times I've ever seen a day where, let's go back to CNBC because I got to point this out. This just dawned on me. I don't know if I've ever seen a time where silver and gold are up almost the same. Let's see right now. Gold's up $16 according to here. I thought it was up $5 in the other one, but $16 here, up silver up $2.60. The other page it was 5 and 3, which is a pretty close range there. We are looking at a narrowing of the silver gold ratio. I don't know what it is now. Again, we're getting a different price over here on silverprice.org. They're showing it at, again, $29.63. Back on CNBC on the COMEX, 30 and 10. 30.14 there. We'll get back to our news story here in a minute. We'll keep watching this all morning. We're going to be here for a little while. I'm going to need a refill. Mrs. Maltby, if you can hear me, I know I don't want to ask you to go get me coffee. I know you're obviously up snooping, little lady. I know you're in the other room, but my coffee's running low. I'll put some music on and I'll go grab coffee in a second. So you guys don't leave the chat. We're up, got 250 viewers. That's nothing. We've beat that before. Hit like, hit share. Let's get some more in the crowd. Let's get rowdy. Let's get the Ant-Cats Armada, if you know what that is. Let's get the crew rowdy. I don't even know if we can do a pirate raid this morning. I don't think it's possible. I don't think there's any silver left. I don't know if it's there. But my friends, we should buy more silver. I just got a message. Let me see if I can read it without just folding. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I got a message from our friend. God, his handwriting is horrible. He actually wrote on the screen. He bought some, so this is about Scottsdale silver king stackers. Beautiful silver. And a friend of mine, he bought some Scottsdale silver stackers. Paid about $16.56 each for them. For 5 of these, they're up over 200%. He bought this during the big crash back in March. And it's a pretty nice return. And it was about $14.20 on silver when he grabbed these. I think they're the 100-ounce bars. I did a video on them for you. I think you guys can all remember I did the Scottsdale silver stacker bar video. Those are not mine. It was my friend's. And it's actually my dad. I'll just call it that. It's my dad's bars. About a year ago, and he bought these bars, the lower spot price. I think it was $16.56 out the door. If silver hits a 40-to-1 ratio to gold in this little surge, a little arbitrage to gold will net 10 ounces of gold. He's talking about doing a silver gold flip, which is good. I've done that myself. Ridden silver up and then transferred into gold when the ratio got narrow. Of gold at approximately 600 per ounce, we'll see. Looks like about 10 months ago. Should have bought 10 bars at $11.94. It's pirate treasure. Heavy. Speaking of pirates, I'm sitting in a room full of them. All of you guys, my pirate friends. Greetings. I'm glad you guys are doing well. You guys are the best. I'm glad you guys stacked it deep. Yes, Rolf, it did. Everything's going crazy. This is a chaotic and frothy market. It's like sea foam. There's a churning ocean. There's waves crashing. This is storm brewing. This is a tempest. We are in the midst of a tempest, an economic tempest. And you know who caused it all? Was the Fed. They're going to have to print off a lot more money to keep us at bay. Somebody throw down the Gibbs emojis. You know what I'm talking about. Let's continue with this story. The Silver Squeeze is a hedge fund coordinated attack, so they can keep fighting the GME fight. One thread was titled, oh yeah, that's a coordinated attack. Let's see. And you know what's interesting is, let's see, both tweeted support. I like this. This is actually good. We're getting some good allies out of this. The Winklevoss twins, you know who they are. They're part of the Bitcoin. They have, Gemini. They're big Bitcoin guys. And they were the guys that helped take some money from old Zuckerberg. They took money from Zuckerberg. I love that. I love the fact that they did that. That's why I'm on their side always with this stuff. Against Zuckerberg anyway. They should have beat him up. I mean, look at them. They were bigger, badder dudes. They rode crew, right? They should have just taken it outside the courtroom and just beat up old Zuckerberg. That would have been just a much better part of the story, I think, when it came to a social network, if they just put some fists on his face. Still, the Winklevoss twins, who famously sued Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg and were early backers of Bitcoin, both tweeted support for the push by Wall Street bets into silver. Awesome. The hashtag Silver Squeeze is a rage against the machine, Tyler Winklevoss tweeted. It is. That's why the other day, Rage Against the Machine, remember, hopefully you guys caught it. And come on, I know they're communists. Their lyrics are great, and some of their content's okay, but I cannot stand Tom Morello. What a useless communist. What a Bolshevik bastard. But the lyrics are good. The music's sometimes pretty entertaining. That's why I put a comment in the other day on my page. I put, the fire in the master's house is set. The fire in the master's house is set. Because that's a line from a Rage song. And it's true. It's like, that's what we're doing here. It's the fire in the master's house. We're on their doorsteps. We're on their porch. We're busting down the doors to Wall Street. And they're freaking scared. They're frightened. Keep them on the run. In any engagement like this, you have to keep the momentum. Okay? Speed, aggression, surprise, overwhelming violent force of action, and momentum. We have to keep momentum and communication with each other. We are operating now as a gigantic, contiguous mass of angry peasants, and we have disturbed the royalty, the barons, the elite, the kings. And you know what? As we scale these walls of their ivory towers, and as we breach them, and as we cross the moat, and we start laddering their stone walls and taking their defenses, they're going to pour boiling cauldrons of oil upon our heads. Some of us are probably going to take casualties. That's okay. I myself might be a casualty. If you see me go down, if you see them lance me or disembowel me on the parapets, I need you to continue forward. Do not look back or become distracted by my wails and my pain. Leave me there. Leave me on the battlefield. I need you to press forward and keep the momentum and use, that situation as something to invigorate you, to enrage you, to inflict more damage upon them. This is this, and this is now. We have to fight to the death. I'm not giving up. I'm not selling silver. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to transfer the ratio into gold. If I have 1,000 ounces, if I can get there one day, if I can get if I can get more silver, I'm not going to do the transfer into gold because I'm not going to sell it. I'll just buy more gold if I can, if. But here's the deal. I'm not going to relinquish metal, unless, of course, it was to another metalhead like one of you. Nah, we're not putting this stuff back on the market. We need to keep the pressure on. We need to pull every single gram. I'm done talking about ounces. I want every 10th ounce and every gram of silver, every atomic particle of silver off the market and out of their hands. We need to break and smash and destroy the COMEX, break Wall Street. We need to form our own black market economy off the books. Stop using fiat. You got something to sell? You got something to buy? See if the person participates. See if they'll use precious metals. To hell with the Trading with the Enemy Act, the legal tender laws. Violate it. Don't consent. Disobey. All the greatest people in history that we talk about and think about disobeyed the state. As a matter of fact, I don't have respect for people who obey their government. None. Are you kidding me? History is littered with people who obeyed the state, and we look back upon them with disgust. You're the most disgusting person in the world if you're a bootlicker. If you're an apologist for the state, I don't have time for you. It's time to rebel against the state. Their laws are unjust. Everything they do is unjust. They are violent. They are evil. Everything they do is conniving. They pad the pockets of their friends and industry. They're the military-industrial complex, the pharmaceutical complex, the educational complex. They indoctrinate and brainwash and destroy. They bomb people for no other reason than to distract from the news or extract their resources. These are the most evil people in the world. These hedge funds, these bankers, the Wall Street, these suits, these cokeheads on Wall Street. These are the people that founded the Federal Reserve, a private banking institution to take up the ability to print money out of thin air and also to limit competition by eliminating any new banks from being founded west of the Mississippi on the western frontier of the United States. They wanted to centralize the power of banking in New York with just 10 or 11 families that they could and control all of the wealth of the planet. We have to strangle them. This is the multi-headed hydra. This is the snake. This is the beast, the leviathan. These are the den of vipers. They have to be stomped out. Jackson tried to eradicate them. He paid off the United States debt. Only president to ever do it. He tried to get rid of the central bank. They tried to have him assassinated, and then it came back. Of course, they did it again. They always do it. They don't go away. They never go away. When you eradicate a central bank from a nation, you have to eradicate it fully. And then we have to set up next time, when we burn this whole thing down, when we finally destroy it, when we finally dismantle and break apart. Oh man, they're going to flag this video. They're probably going to come for me after this one. Let them come. When we finally break this situation apart and we rebuild it, we're going to have to come up with serious consequences for anyone who tries to draft legislation or voice a proposal of a central banking like or anything that fits the definition of a central bank again. They're going to have to be dragged into the streets and publicly drawn and quartered or bent on the wheel or whatever other medieval way we can dismantle or disjoint or break their body apart. I think we just need to do some more public type displays of significant human pain and suffering again. I think it would discourage them in the future. I mean, if you knew that while you're in the halls of government that you're drafting legislation and proposing a central bank, that the army of seething peasants would soon arrive on the doorsteps to drag you into the streets and disjoint you and possibly publicly disembowel you, perhaps you would second guess your efforts on establishing a centralized banking authority to enslave a nation through usury and the issuance of unbacked currency. That's what this comes down to. And a lot of people don't know the ultimate roots of this. This isn't about breaking a hedge fund or this guy Cohen or supporting GameStop. That's nerd talk. Most of these people don't get the ideological roots and the thousands of years origins here that we're looking at. This is much bigger than anything that even CNBC. I mean, I'm sure some of the banks, I'm sure the Fed, I'm sure the albino Treasury Secretary Yellen, Janet. I'm sure she probably has some type of a hint of what's happening here. Anyone who's looked at history might have a semblance of understanding of what might be percolating beneath the surface of all of this madness. And that is an extremely disgruntled and upset, seething mass of peasants that have had it. But also the rabble-rousers, those standing on soapboxes, those educating them, those telling them who put the shackles on their feet, who is responsible for taking the corn out of their warehouses or the wheat. We know who they are. We know who the cause of that is. Those who have driven, and think about it this way, the economy's been driven into the ground for 100 years. They've been destroying it and robbing it and looting the treasury. The dollar's lost 99% of its strength and purchasing power. Every fiat on this planet has lost purchasing power. They have driven the costs of living up. They have destroyed people's standards of living, forcing more people in a home into the workplace, driving kids from the home into daycare so that the couple can work. They have done everything they can to destroy the family unit, to drive up costs on everything. Vehicles. I was just talking to a friend the other day. The cost of vehicles these days is insanity. And it all gets back to labor. It all gets back to the price of commodities and the strengths of currencies. And of course, they've got us strapped with usury and interest rates on everything from credit cards to mortgages to everything. Everything's a loan. Everything's interest. Everyone's living paycheck to paycheck or less. Everyone's running debt to debt to debt. Everyone's in debt. Everything's in debt. The governments are in debt. And everyone's in debt to who? Who do we owe all this debt to? Default on it. I had a dream the other day. I have a dream. Now, this is a really good dream, actually. I had a dream where I woke up in a world where hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people who had credit on the planet swiped their credit. They strung that plastic into the computers and into the machines. And what did they do? They bought metal with it. They bought silver and they bought gold. They bought platinum, palladium, and copper. They took all their debt and they acquired it in physical precious metals. And then they told the banks to get bent. They cut the cards up and said they blew the money on Coke. They don't have it, and they're not paying it back. Imagine that. You let the banks buy all of our metal for us. I'm not proposing that. Like I said, it's just a dream that I had. It was an interesting dream. It was a world where we broke the banks completely, where we shattered them with our own hammers and our own swords. That's what needs to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. We need to break the banks. And how do you do it? How do you do it? Other than staying completely motivated and attacking them with the same type of, again, they despise you. You know that. You're just a number. You're just a digit to them. They don't care about any of you. They don't care about me. These people have no altruism. They have no empathy. They despise you. They despise me. All they want is to extract. They're parasitic in nature. They're feeding off of your labor. They want to feed off of your children's labor, off of your parents' labor, off of every store of everyone's wealth. They want it for themselves. They want to live in their lavish estates. They want multiple boats. They want to be able to travel the world. How many of you travel the world on multiple boats? Live these lavish lifestyles. Look at these people. They're debauched degenerates, the wealthy. Many of them are very, very corrupt. The people that run these banks, these hedge funds, these institutions. Like they were, again, the guy that was complaining, who had to delete his Twitter, who was a part of the opposite side, the GameStop short guy. He bought the Mets for $2.5 billion or something. And they want us to feel sorry for this guy. This guy that bought the Mets for $2.5 billion. Wreck him. Wreck him. Wreck the guy. I don't feel sorry for hedge fund managers. Let me have another drink of coffee here. I got to find the... we're going to go back to finding the silver price. Silver price is here. Again, up 11. It's up more than 11%. They're going to have to change the headline. They're going to have to change the headline here. Let's see here. I wanted to show you the ramifications of a silver squeeze cannot be underestimated. If it's exposed that there are more paper claims on silver than actual silver, not only would pay off the enormous, but gold would be next. Hashtag Bitcoin fixes this. Not really, my friend, because I'm going to have physical. And the thing is, we can start our own microeconomy. You know, this is funny. Speaking of Bitcoin, I only had $16.30 worth of Bitcoin. It went up a little bit. I had like $16 in Bitcoin total. That's all I had the other day. And I tried to send it to another place because I was going to just exit that little spot. I mean, $16 is nothing. It's actually not enough to even trade on most sites. You have to have more than that. You have to have like decimal 0005 amount. And it was like 0004. Little like 4,000 Satoshis or whatever it ended up being. It cost me $3 to send it. And it took like 35 or 40 minutes. Not real efficient there. Thanks. No thanks. No thanks, my friend. I don't need it. I don't want it, really. Sorry. I want the physical silver and I want the physical gold. Now I'm going to take you over to some precious metals dealers here. Let's take a look here. Due to increased volume of orders, we are currently expecting 1 to 3 today. Processing times. Here's the message from the APMEX CEO. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. I might have posted this last night in the community tab. If you're not familiar with the community tab, it's a place on the channel where I 24/7 rant. I just post things like pictures, links, articles, tips, heads up. Hey, here's a little breaking news. I don't have time to make a video, but check this out. Sometimes I'll post things in there like a particular precious metals deal that I might be aware of. So if you get a chance ever and you want to look that up, I'd encourage you to find the community tab. Let me get this centered for you. We'll take a look at it. This is the APMEX statement on the current market conditions. But this is pretty remarkable. Most bullion dealers have released similar statements to this. APMEX statement on current market conditions. In the last week, we have seen a dramatic shift in silver demand from our customers. For example, the ratio of ounces sold per day was running about 2 times earlier in the week and closer to 4 times the average demand by the end of the week. And remember, we started talking about this Wednesday, you and me, on this channel, before it even percolated into APMEX, before it even showed up on their end. And that's when a lot of the people in the stacking community said this wasn't possible. A lot of people in the stacking community were paying no attention to this. And they said, oh no, they're just going to buy the SLV. They're only focused on SLV, the paper silver. Nobody's buying physical. No one's going to buy physical. It's not going to move the price. Okay, well, look what happened. I beg to differ. I think it, and I knew it would. I knew this was going to be physical because that's all I talked about that day. On Wednesday, I said, heck with it. We're going physical. Let's short squeeze silver. Everybody buy physical. Let's do a raid. And we did a raid together, you and me. I'm actually going to put the silver that I bought in that raid in a little special case all by itself. I'm not kidding. All the silver I bought in these little raids to try to smash the comics is special to me. It's special silver because we took physical off the market, and I'm gonna put it aside in its own little separate location so I can always remember that's the silver that I bought during this crisis, during this assault, during this war. I don't know, maybe you guys will do the same thing. If at least one of them, I'll put one of those, just frame one, put it in like a little shadow box. This is one of the ounces that I bought during the Great Raid. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Yeah, Mrs. Maltby's really creative in the craft room. I'll have her help me make a little shadow box. And I'll put one of the Krugs in there. It'll be beautiful. Silver Krug Grand. Yes, or one of the Eagles. Or both. We'll put both in there. I'll have 2 coins in it. Once the markets closed on Friday, we saw demand hit as much as 6 times a typical business day and more than 12 times a normal weekend day. This is thanks to you guys. This is the Maltby Raiders right here, and Cat's Armada. All of you pirates in the chat. The Jeff Kellers, the La Petite Silvers, the Silver and Gold Spartan, Rolf Steiner, all of you, DW. This is you guys. Physics Hypernova. You guys committed a significant raid. And you sent a message. You sent a message. You did a huge volley fire of muskets and cannon into the hulls of the ships of our opposition. And it's beautiful. Hoist the flag. Batten down the hatches. Hoist the sails. Let's get going here. Combined with extremely high demand levels, we are also seeing a surge in new customers. Whoa. A surge in new customers. This is beautiful. Think of the exposure and the staying power this could possibly have. Think of all the new people that are getting involved in stacking, that are looking at precious metals. I'm going to tell you, there's no going back from this for some people. I've done it. I've converted people to silver and gold in personally, like in my physical presence, merely by explaining certain things and showing them and letting them handle precious metals. Once they hold the tangible wealth and they feel that energy field, when they feel and they look into the silver or into the gold and see their reflection and they feel the weight in their hands, there's something about it. All of a sudden, the 7,000 years of human history where that metal has served as an extinguisher of debt, as a unit of exchange, a unit of account, as real money, there's no going back. Once they get it, once they click and it snaps, it's over. They're done. A lot of those people are converted for life. That's what happens. I've seen it. Now, if we're getting new customers like this, you have to realize the stacking community probably just grew by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. And a lot of them are going to stick it out and they're going to stay. A lot of them are going to dump their other accounts. They're going to transfer wealth. They're going to sell stocks or bonds or empty bank and savings accounts, and they're going to start stacking. This is a beautiful moment. This is like a point of demarcation in history. This is a crossover moment. This is a shift. We have people waking up and we're seeing, this is just one website, a surge in new customers. There's people pouring into precious metals right now that have never purchased them before. This is something we should celebrate. You should put this on a calendar. This is awesome. It gives me chills, makes the hair on my neck stand up. It's awesome. This is beautiful. If you're new to stacking, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to this community, welcome. We with open arms. I'm putting my arms open right now. This is me giving you like a virtual hug. Virtual hug. Here we go. Virtual hug. My arms are open. I'm kind of wrapping them around the backside of this microphone as I talk. I'm giving you a hug. Welcome to the Junius Maltby channel. Welcome to the stacking community. Welcome to sound money. Welcome to truth, freedom, liberty, libertas, amagi, aurum et argentum, gold and silver. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. This is awesome. Oh, this is great. Look at this. On Saturday alone, we added as many new customers as we usually add in a week. This is just AppMex, by the way. There's a lot of bullion dealers. I put a whole list of bullion dealers on the community page that you can go look at to see if anything's in stock. Any precious metal dealer will take a long position in the futures market to protect against spot price exposure when the market's open. We do this because it is our goal not to take a speculative position on metal. The weekends are unique as we are not able to real-time hedge our position. We took an aggressive position this weekend, but clearly could not have predicted the volumes that we're seeing. We have partnerships around the world that allowed us to cover these long positions, but only to a point. Once we exceeded our comfort levels, we had little choice but to stop the sale of silver on our website. And again, I know a lot of you are upset when companies do this, but I have to interject something on their behalf and in defense of AppMex, SD Bullion, GAM Bullion, buygoldensilvercoins.com. Number one, they're explaining it's a weekend. Prices are closed. There is still demand. Physical prices are changing. You can even see it reflected on eBay auction pages. This is their metal. That's the way the world works. The free market, private capitalization, all that stuff. It's private ownership, private property. They don't have to sell it to you just because there's a quote price somewhere else. Amex can sell you silver for whatever price they want to. And the free market is you don't have to buy it if you don't want to. All right. If they post silver at $40 and silver's only $20 an ounce and someone buys it for 40, that's their choice. If you didn't buy it because you didn't want to and then you missed out, that's your problem. They can sell it for whatever they choose to, or they can stop selling it because of market volatility. That's the way it works. We have no right to be upset when bullion dealers like Amex or Monex or any of these companies decide to not sell metal. It's their choice. It's their prerogative. Again, they own it. It's just like you. If I came to you and said, hey, sell me silver spot price is $35 an ounce, sell me that silver coin. And you say no. Oh, no, you have to. It's 35 and I'm giving you 30. You have to sell it to me. And you say no. Okay, I'll give you 40 for it. And you say no. You have the right to deny me. That's the beautiful thing about a transaction. It takes two willing participants, you see. It's not a true and honest transaction if one party is not willing to participate. That's why taxation is theft. But I continue, lest I digress. I just wanted to be on their back with that and have their back because it's true. They don't have to sell us when they don't want to or when things are turbulent like these times. This was a difficult decision to make and unprecedented in our history, Amex says. As we evaluate the markets, it is difficult to know where silver's price and demand will go in the coming days and weeks. Amex is highly capitalized and has more than $150 million in inventory to support demand. We have made strategic decisions to procure additional metal, locking up any metal we can find in the marketplace. We suspect premiums will rise and rise quickly, as we are seeing significant increases in our costs when we can even locate the metal. Imagine being Amex and having a hard time locating silver. Does that tell you something? Does that tell you what's going on in the world right now? Amex is having a hard time locating it. And again, this isn't only because of this whole short squeeze thing. This is because the entire planet of 8 billion people realize it's the end of the fiat empire. Currencies are rotting, the dollar is dying, debasement, devaluation, quantitative easing, stimulus, all of these things, modern monetary theory, all of the history and the topics that we cover on this channel expose the true movement of what's taking place here. And if you're new to stacking, if you're new to precious metals, I would encourage you to dive into the archives, study some history, learn about what you now hold, learn the power that you now hold in your own wealth, the control you have over your own wealth, and the fight that you are in. You have now joined the ranks of the ideological holders of precious metals, and I would encourage you to educate yourself on the ideology of holding precious metals. It's imperative that you do so that you can be steadfast against all the propaganda and all the FUD and all the negative press and things you're going to hear in the future when they try to get you to shake you free and to try to release your grip on the metal that you hold. It's important that you are strong mentally when it comes to holding your precious metals. Let's continue on here. Where did I leave off? We suspect premiums will rise and rise quickly. We are seeing significant increases in our costs. Yes. The one guarantee we can make to our customers is that you will only be sold metal that is on site, or we have procured the metal with a firm commitment date from our partners. In markets like this, we feel this is the best approach a retailer can take, as no one can predict product availability. We want to thank our customers for their patience and understanding during these turbulent times. Amex prides itself on best-in-class service and delivering in promises to our customers. Regards, Ken Lewis, CEO of Amex. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate those words, and I agree. I agree with you. I do like Amex. They're good dealers. Let's see. This is JM Bullion. Attention customers, due to increased order volume, we're currently experiencing shipping delays. As expected, should we peruse and see what they have in stock at JM Bullion? I don't even know. Let's take a look together. We'll check the prices too. Back to the silver COMEX, $29.69. So a little bit of a 30-cent retreat there, a little bit of correction. We're still up 10.3% as it fluctuates the day as they try to smash it down. Keep buying, my friends. Keep on buying. I know you guys can do it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep gobbling up all of your silver. Let's go back here. Let's check Silver Eagles. We'll see what Silver Eagles JM Bullion's got. I think they have some in stock. They have to. They would have to have some in stock. All Silver Eagles. Probably one of the most popular silver coins in history. My first coin, as you all know, was a 1987 Silver Eagle. I wish I still had it. I wish I knew where it was. $39.45. So they're asking a little bit of a premium there. Significant premium. These are for 2020s. And do they have any of the 2021s? Not seen them. Looks like these are all out of stock, but you can get an in-stock alert. So all of these are out of stock down here. The only in-stock ones are right here, 2020. Let's do the little test, shall we? Let's type in 500,000 and just see what they got. You've added, I wanted to add more than that. Let's go like this. Oh, they only let me add 5,000, so they must have a limit? No, let's go like that. Let's do the math. I added some zeros. Let's see. No. They're not telling me the live update on it. They think I'm just doing 5,001. We'll try APMEX. Sometimes you can check these guys and see how many they have in stock. APMEX is showing silver $29.77, gold $18.77. Gold's up $19.20 today. $19.20 on gold, up $2.74. $2. I mean, that's a big move. And you know that. If you've been stacking for a while, you know that's a pretty big move, $2.74 for silver. I love the chonky bars. I love the chonky bars. You see those Scottsdale 10-ounce chonky bars? Favorites. One of my favorite bars ever. The 10-ounce Scottsdale Mint chonky. Big chonky bar. I just like saying chonky. It's a good word. Chonky. Chunky, chonky, chonky, chunky. Available for sale. SD Bullion. Looks like they have some stuff in stock. They've got silver quote at 30.10 on SD Bullion. But we could try to see how many SD Bullion Maple Leafs are in stock, shall we? Let's see here. Canadian silver Maple Leaf coins. I know they've gotten cleared out. So all of these are out of stock. It says notified me on all of these. Add to cart. I'm going to add, let's see, 100,000. 1, 2, 3. I'm adding 100,000 Canadian Maple Leafs to a cart. We're just going to see what it does. I'm doing this just to see if they have them in stock or not. They should notify me if they do or not. It wouldn't let me do it. They must. Oh, the requested quantity is not available. It says it right there in the upper part of the screen. Let me try to show you that. So they don't have. This is a way that they usually tell you how many they have in stock. A lot of these places will say, "That's sorry, we don't have that many. We have this many left." Let's see if they have 50,000. 1, 2, 3. I know they don't. They must not. I think most of these places are running we don't have as many Canadian Maple Leaf coins as you requested. The most you can purchase is 750. There you go. Can you see that? They put it there. So this is Canadian Maple Leaf random years, the only ones they have left in stock. Everything else is out of stock. So at SD Bullion, we can conclude by looking at this, they only have about 750 random year Maple Leafs left in stock for $36.91. So if you're looking for Maple Leafs right now, it looks like you could potentially buy 750 from SD Bullion. Everything else out of stock. Does that make sense to you guys? Let's go to BGASC. And I've got links down below for both SD Bullion and I've got links for BGASC down below. And this is one of my favorites because for years, I've often found these guys to be really the lowest over spot. They're pretty great. I mean, look at this new lower price. If I'm not mistaken, forever, this was like the best deal for Gold Eagles for me always was on BGASC. And again, the link for buy gold and silver coins is down below on my channel always. I try to throw some business their way. I like these guys. Good customer service, good people. But I'm going to see how many silver eagles they have in stock. If they've got silver in stock, let's just check here. It's fun to do. Let's see. Let's go like this. We'll just click on silver eagles. We'll see how many they have in stock real quick. Rob B says he's buying some gold today. Good idea. Oh, these are out of stock completely. So BGASC, they're out of stock on silver eagles. Let's just go to any silver. Let's try to see what silver is in stock at BGASC. Due to massive demand, it says right here. Oh my goodness, can you guys see that? Let me get that so you can see it. I need you to see the top here. I'm going to point this out and I'll read it to you. It's at the very top of the page. I'm going to align this so you can see it. Right up here it says, due to massive demand, we are not taking new orders until we ship all recent orders. The website will reopen by 2:30 p.m. today, Pacific time. If you have a question about a recent order or wish to sell to us, please email us and include all necessary details so we can get right back to you. So buy gold and silver coins. I'm just going to recap real quick. They just said they're not taking new orders until they've shipped their existing orders. The only thing they'll do is communicate with you if you want to sell to them. So what you're seeing now, I want you to think of this in a historical context, is big bullion dealers online, some of the biggest, one of the biggest, is saying, we're no longer selling metal to people, but we're buying it. Consider that for a moment, please. They're not selling you metal right now. You can't buy metal. Do you remember how many times I've told you there will come a day, and there could come a day, and it will, and I know this will subside. It'll definitely open up again. This isn't for certain, and it's not forever. This isn't the end. But I told you there would come days, and this is definitely a sign of those times, where no amount of fiat could buy you any amount of metal. Now imagine you right now. I'm going to pick a name out of the chat randomly. I'm going to pick on you. I need a volunteer. Rolf, you're a good volunteer. You're my friend. I like you. Let's pretend for a minute Rolf was a billionaire. And Rolf's thinking to himself, you know what? I've got $1 billion. I'd like to buy $10 million in precious metals. He goes on this website right now and he's got $10 million in fiat, just stuffed, big briefcases full of rotten cabbage, paper money. And he wants to buy gold and silver from this website. Guess what? They're not taking it. They don't want Rolf's fiat. As a matter of fact, they say, sorry, Rolf, we're not selling you any metal today. We don't have any to sell you. We don't want to sell you any. We've already sold all ours, but we are buying. Do you have any metal you would like to sell us? Do you have any gold or silver? We'd like to buy it from you. Think of how the roles have reversed there. A bullion dealer is telling people right up here, I'm not making this up. You can see it. It's on their page. The bullion dealer themselves is telling us that they will buy metal from you, but they won't sell metal to you. That's kind of unprecedented, don't you think? It's kind of bizarre, actually. I don't remember any other time where Sal's in the chat. Salivate Metal. I'll do the same thing for Sal. Good morning, Sal. Salivate Metal. He's been covering these stories as well. Good friend of the channel. He dates back to the olden days. Me and Sal are going way back to the early days of stacking in 2013 and 14 and 15, back when, we were just crazy kooks, conspiracy theorists, and whack jobs that were trading in our fiat to buy precious metals. I'll pick on Sal. Sal, these companies want to buy your metal, man. They don't want to sell you any, but they want to buy your stack. We just saw it right here. They want you to email them. On the top of their page, they're telling us that they would like you to email them or call them and sell all of your metal to them. Would you like to do that, Sal? I don't think you would. I doubt it. I mean, Sal's got an ironclad grip. He's got diamond hands. He didn't even sell his rhodium bar when rhodium was through the roof. That's good. Keep holding strong. But I'm sure none of you would. I mean, who in their right mind right now is calling a place like Buy Gold and Silver Coins or SD Bullion or JM Bullion and saying, yes, I would like to sell you my silver or my gold. Because, they're probably just going to give you, I know some of them will actually give you a little bit of a premium. I know some places will offer you like $1 over spot for eagles and things like that. But I doubt any of you are in the mood to sell any metal back to these bullion dealers. And it wouldn't be the wisest move right now to do it. I love it, Sal. Be buried with it. Just carry it to your tomb. When they find you in 1,000 years in your sarcophagus, have all of your, that's the way to go out, just have all your metal with you, have a little tomb, a private secret Viking tomb or whatever nationality you might be. For me, it would be like a Caesar's, whatever, I guess they would light me on fire. That's not very cool. They could, whatever. You can put the silver and gold there, but a funeral pyre. But yeah, don't even hold this metal till death. That would be a fun coin to make, till death, Just never let the banks have it. Never let the banks, the hedge funds, the manipulators, the JP Morgans, they don't get our metal. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bury it somewhere like Forrest Fenn. And maybe I'll leave a little map in the future for somebody else to find it. I've actually thought about that. I'm going to do it one day. It's not going to be a Forrest Fenn level treasure, but there is going to come a day, I promise you this, because I thought of it a long time ago, ever since Forrest Fenn inspired me to do so, to pass on something like that and to make an adventure for people. I am going to come up with a riddle, and I am going to come up with a map. It probably won't be as exhaustive as his, and I'm not smart enough to make it as hard as his, but I might even bury multiple little things, even small ones. I would like to even do some geocaching of silver or gold. Climb a mountain somewhere someday and just have a little roll of maybe silver merc dimes or walking Liberty $50 or a couple of silver eagles and put them in a tube. And instead of giving it to the banks or letting it go some other way or some other route, just bury it protected somewhere, mark the location, and then create a riddle, maybe a photograph, some geo coordinates or something like that, and send it out there. I think in my older age when I retire, that's something I will do. I will go out there and create treasure hunts, fun treasure hunts, beautiful treasure hunts, not dangerous ones, but something for people to have entertainment, but also to find precious metals. It would be fun. It'd be little Junius Maltby treasure chests. Yes, Sal, you've got a Junius Maltby round, and you'll be buried with it in your tomb with your multitude of fortitude round, the fortitude, the kitty round. And I wanted to say to everyone out there, La Petite, the entire community, on behalf of myself and Mrs. Maltby, and I promise you I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. We lost a really dear kitty. It actually is hard to talk about. It chokes me up. I posted pictures of her. Mrs. Maltby posted pictures of her. Her name was Fugs, Mrs. Fuggles, Fuggle Stillskins, little Grumpy Stillskins, the Grump, Figgles, Figgly Wiggly, the Fuggles, the Fugs. Her name was Figaro. She was Mrs. Maltby's first cat, and God, she was gorgeous. She had the most beautiful little eyes. She had like little white mascara. If you ever saw this kitty's eyes and her face, you have never seen a more beautiful little precious chubby cheeked kitty who liked to be brushed. And gosh, that cat used to boop me. If you know what a boop is, if you're a cat person, Sal, you know what a boop is. You're a cat guy. A boop is when your little kitty, they love you and they kind of own you and they possess you. Because as you know, we're not the owners of our cats. The kitties own us. They run the place. So you're just part of their little pack or their tribe. And little Figaro would wake me up so many times. She'd jump on the bed and she'd run over and she'd headbutt me. She'd boot me like hard. I mean, she would headbutt me like a UFC fighter. And she would do it repeatedly. And then if I wasn't waking up enough, she'd kind of start head booping my hand, or she'd climb underneath my hand. And then she would make you pet her by just rubbing her head back and forth under your hand. And then sometimes I'd wake up and she'd just be sitting on my chest staring at me with her little eyes. Even though she looked grumpy, I could tell that deep behind her little eyes and her little cute little chunky face, she was affectionate and she loved me. But she was so sick. She got really sick, and we had to make a very difficult decision after 2 weeks or more. I mean, it was months of going to the vet, but really the last week or two was pretty tough on her. She just stopped eating. We think she was a rescue kitty, and we think she was much older than we were originally told. We think she was probably 14, 15 years old or older. And she shut down and didn't eat or drink anything for 3 days, had to be IV hydrated. Very difficult. But you guys showed a lot of support, and I just appreciate that. Anyways, I just wanted to say thank you to the entire community for reaching out, all of your words of encouragement for Mrs. Fuggles and Mrs. Maltby, and just what we went through there. It was tough. I hate saying goodbye to cats. I don't even want to have, it's like I don't even want to have pets anymore because I don't like, unless they can live as long as me. I think the next time I'll get a pet, maybe I'll be 90. So at least me and the kitty can go out at the same time. No. Anyways, back to the stories here, my friends, all of you. We're doing it. We're attacking. We're winning. We're putting them on the run again. And 29.42. 29.42, up 250 still. It's pretty radical morning. Pretty radical morning for silver. And I think we're going to continue on. Up here, I don't know why silverprice.org is continually showing, it's always showing a lesser amount. I don't know where they get their data from, their market input. It's different from many of the other financial outlets and metals sites. Even Kitco, if I'm not mistaken, what does Kitco have silver at currently? They have it at 28.88. Let's click refresh on there. Continuing on. All right. Yeah, thanks, Sally. I know you get very attached to your kitties. You've got some awesome little kitties, little fortitudes. Yes, so silver prices, again, we're going to have to keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on it all day. I'll see where it closes later. This really is the news. I mean, this is what we're talking about. This is the biggest news for a while for those of us who have been stacking metals. And again, this is going to translate into, I think, a lot of attention in precious metals for quite a while. I think we're going to see, again, an influx of new customers, as we just read on the APMEX statement here. You know, a big influx in new customers, new people to the stacking community, and it's difficult. I was just reading the comment. That's why I said it's difficult. Yeah, putting a pet down, it's the hardest. It's definitely one of the hardest things to do, is putting an animal down or having to make that decision. It's something that you wrestle with. You don't know, you never know, you know, if you start questioning yourself. It's a process, a grieving process. You know, was it the right time? Did I do everything? And you got to just realize that you did. You did. You got to talk yourself through the process. It's a grieving process, and it's very difficult. Check out this. Oh yeah, look at this enhanced reverse proof. These are such a gorgeous coin. Enhanced reverse proof eagle, $2,000. My goodness, that's significant. But again, the only eagles we see here in stock are the 2020s. You know what I haven't looked at was Scottsdale. Should we go check out Scottsdale? Let's go over there. Let me move my mug. I can't access the keyboard. Ooh, I almost spilled my coffee. I almost had a disaster. Let's see if I get there. Scottsdale Mint. I'm on the way. Let's check it out. All right. I'm trying to see if they have a statement. I think they do. Yes, they do. I knew they would. Let me get it to where you can see it. So Scottsdale Mint, they make some great silver and beautiful, beautiful bars and such. Due to the major demand influx, please be advised that most products are estimated to ship in 5 to 20 business days. And when they say 5 to 20 business days, they mean like 25 or 30. I've ordered from them before. It's just, I think it's hard. I think they have like one guy, one gremlin working in the foundry or the forge, the where the molten silver is poured. They have like one guy in there because it takes a while. And plus they have an unprecedented amount of business, I'm sure, right now. So from the date your payment clears, and from Eagles, Buffaloes, Maples, it can take longer. We appreciate your understanding. These are the best estimates, and that with COVID, oh yeah, they use that word. I'm not going to even read it. With the blank issues, unforeseen delays can happen. All metal is secure in our vaults, and it simply takes time to process into final retail products. Scottsdale Mint manufactures hundreds of variations of gold and silver products for third-party bullion dealers, private banks, and foreign central banks. In addition to this website, we thank you for patience as we keep the metal flowing to handle this record-breaking run of gold and silver sales. Now, it looks like a lot of this stuff is going to be out of stock. So I was going to go to bars. Let's go to, can you go to bars? I just want to look at their bars. I want to see just bars. I think you can actually do a search. We'll click bar up there in the search box. And I'll tell you a trick I learned on how to get, I love their poured stuff. They've got a, if you're going to look for Scottsdale, you're going to have to, why didn't the bars come up? And that's just showing rounds. Sold out. I want to look at their bars, my friends. It's like this, bars. Huh. Here we go, bars. Sold out of the 100-ounce stackers. The 5-ounce bars are sold out. The Tombstone bar, 10-ounce. I think these are stackers, 10-ounce stackers. Those are all sold out. The kilos are sold out. Here's a 10-ounce stacker, $350. Really? $369 for credit card. $359 wire check. Available to order. So these are in stock, available to order right now. These are a cool bar. I love them. The precision made. But I like the chunky bars more. $359. So again, there's silver in stock. Again, you're going to take 20 days to get it. Made in the USA. Where's their chunky bars though? Let's go to the chunky bars. These are the buttons. These are a great 5-ounce buttons poured. There's their 100-gram. That's the first Scottsdale thing I ever owned, was a 100-gram bar like that. Here's a 10-ounce chunky bar right here. These are awesome. These, when you have these stacked up, you feel like a central banker. You feel like a central banker when you have a big pile of these bad boys. Imagine having like 20 of these in a room, or 100 of them. These are beautiful. These are my favorite. This is true pirate treasure. You know, because pirates, they didn't machine their bars with silver. Pirates poured their silver, right? They poured it. You had poured silver. You ever see their ingots? I don't even see their ingots on here. They must be out of stock. Scottsdale used to make a 20-ounce ingot that was pretty narrow. Any of their buttons, poured stuff, it just looks cool. I like these 100-ounce, these 10-ounce, these kilos. These just look really modern. I feel like I'm in an Ayn Rand film, or what's that movie where they, was it Loopers, where they pay the guys in silver to travel through time and assassinate people or something like that? They would get paid in silver. It's always funny when you see silver in futuristic movies and like that's the payment. It's like, what are they telling us? What kind of message is it? Notice that. Pick up on that. I need to do maybe a video on that one day. All of the different movies. There's a lot of movies that are made where it's very futuristic. You know, hundreds, if not, 1,000 years in the future. And the medium of payment and exchange in those movies is silver. And I think it was Loopers. If I'm not mistaken, that's the title for the movie. And Bob Legler says, Junius, I bought 2 of those 20 minutes ago. Good job, man. Clear them out. It was Looper, Physics Hypernova says. Good. Awesome. Yeah, if you saw that movie, these guys get paid. They're like time-traveling assassins, and they pay them in silver. And in the movie, he opens up a basement secret hatch in his house, and he's got all these bars of silver in this crawl space. It's pretty cool. And lots of silver. Lots of silver in there. I wanted to find you guys a bar. I was going to just for the sake of showing it, while we're talking here and doing some morning shopping for silver, which is not really shopping because I'm not going to buy anything. I want to show you. Where was I going to look? Oh, yes. Scottsdale. We'll just do an eBay search. I think they'll come up. So here's a bunch on eBay. Look at this, 1,780 sold. Of course, who knows over what period of time, but these are kilo bars. So it's 1,780 kilos from Scottsdale. And over what time period? Probably over who knows what, but sold. These are right here. Buy it now. These are on eBay. Here it is. Here it is. This is like, this is some serious pirate-looking treasure. I don't know what chest or which hull of a ship would be complete without something of this nature in it. Check these out. These are really cool looking bars. They're 20 ounces and they're kind of long, narrow poured bars of silver. 20 ounce bar. Current bid is $4.90. When does it close? 23 hours. Okay. Look at that little pile. Look at that pile of bars. You checking that out right there? Can you guys see that? Tell me that looks cool. I think that looks pretty neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 20-ounce bars. So that's 120 ounces of silver right there. If you had a little stack. That's a hefty little stack. Silver and Gold Spartan says, I love my Scottsdale 20. Beautiful bars. Beautiful bars. Wow. Oh, to dream. To dream! Oh, can I show you guys something funny? Look at this. Look at this ad. Look at this ad. Look at the state of our country right now. Look at this. I got to show you this. Let's laugh at this for a second. Look at this ad right here. You're just cruising eBay. You're looking for silver. And then there's this. Mask up, America. Help keep America open for business. Did you see that little ad? Mask up, America. Hey, I thought your vaccine worked, ladies and gentlemen. Now I got to wear 2 masks. Now I got to wear 3. What is this? What is this? I got to wear like 5 masks. I can't breathe. With all these masks on my face, I can't breathe so good. I've got asthma. I've got COPD. I've got emphysema. I've got chronic obstructive pulmonary disease and bronchitis. And now you're telling me you want me to wear all these masks on my face. I can't breathe with all the masks. Now, first you told me you wanted me to wear the 1 mask. And now you want me to wear like 2 masks. But then they called me on the phone and they said, we need you to wear 5 masks or 4 because you need to not breathe so good. And I can't breathe. And I don't know what to do now because I have the vaccination. They put a shot in my arm, but now the vaccine's not working so well. It's a joke. Are you kidding me? The vaccine's out. Now everyone has to wear 5 masks. Shut the hell up. Get out of here. Get out of here. Anyways, it's ingenious. Ingenious. Who's falling for this stuff? Who is falling for all of this? I don't know. Please tell me you're not that stupid. Oh my goodness. You guys can hear me, right? Good. I hope so. I gotta fix the where we're zoomed in now. Next story. We're just sitting here cruising around. We're just cruising around the internet. The main story's over. Now we're just having fun. Now you're just hanging out with Junius. I gotta go fill my coffee. Would you guys mind if I went and filled my coffee up? I only had 1 cup. I need to have another cup of coffee this morning. I don't even have my... Where is it? Let's see here. I'm going to go fill up my coffee, and I will be right back if you guys would allow me to do so. I'll put a silver chart here. Somebody keep them entertained in the chat. I will be right back. I will be right back, I promise. It's not that far away. I don't have a big house. I have a hovel. A peasant hovel. And I'm going to go run over to it. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to go get my coffee. I'm just going to get that. There you go. Okay. Keep your eye on this. Let me get it to where you can see it. I'm trying to set it up just perfect so you guys can take a look at it live as the silver price is moving. There you go. I'm going to go fill up my coffee. Bill Spencer, APMEX now has 292 American Silver Eagles left. I want you to refresh that. Bill, I'm going to go get my coffee. Keep refreshing it and tell me how many they have when I come back. All of you guys, go buy them all. When I come back, I want that American Silver Eagles and APMEX to be 0. All right, I'm on my way. Man, my legs hurt. I'm getting old. I'm back. I'm back in the saddle again. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, so fill me in. What I miss? What did I miss? The chat's screaming by. 267 American Silver Eagles left. Bill Spencer. Excellent. So it's dropping. It is dropping. What if we did a raid? I don't think we can afford it. None of us can. We've all bought silver. APMEX. Let me go to APMEX real quick. Let's see what Bill Spencer's talking about here. Let's go to American Silver Eagles. Okay, let's see what we got left, huh, friends? 288 in the chat still. Good to see you. I'm glad you're all here. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see. Silver Eagles. Bill, can you tell me which one you're looking at? Which ones are we looking at here? The 2020s, the 2021s. I wish I could just go to in stock. I'm trying to see which ones we're looking at here, my friend. These are 2021s. Wow, what the heck? 41.77. That's a little bit over stock. That's a pretty good premium. That's hefty. That's a hefty premium. I'm trying to see here. Oh, 246. Okay. Let's watch it drop. That's great. We can do this. We can do this live. 500. 246. 246. Let me get it to where you can see it every time I do it. We'll see if they can go out of stock. It's probably going to happen. Unfortunately, we only have 246 of these. Okay. All right. I get it. I get it. Let me try to buy 247 of them, man. Oh, 246. What? You don't have the minis? Sorry about that. Man, I wish I could buy all of these right now just to drop them out to 0. That'd be a lot. That's a lot over spot for me. If I was a billionaire, I'd do it just for fun. How fun would that be? You're a billionaire. You just peruse eBay. You don't even care what spot is. All you do is you buy any physical that shows up, and you just that's all you do. You consume it. You're like your own little private break the COMEX party. Bill Spencer says 213. Let me refresh the page. Okay. 250. 213. Ooh, it's dropping, Bill. You're on to something. You must be refreshing your page. I'll refresh it. It's dropping. It is dropping. Carlos Danger. Carlos Danger. Welcome, my friend. Rolf, Carlos, La Petite, members of the channel. All the members of the channel. Let's see. 213. Jeopardy's on at 6 o'clock. Someone said Rain Man it. Let's see. 215. Let's do that. 215. 213. Sorry. They only have 213 of them. Update. Let's see. Update. I'm going to do 250. I want 250 of them. Okay. Dang it. I can't do it. Man, I wish I could just... Let's just clear them out. Come on. Let's clear them out. Who wants to clear these guys out? You guys want to clear them out? I don't want to spend I'm not going to spend $45. Sorry. I'm just not going to do it right now. I can't do it right now. It would be fun. Yeah. I wonder if they are. Silver and Gold Spartan has a great point. I'm going to read it to you. I'm sure you guys can see it in the chat, but if you're just tuning in, he says, careful with AppMex. They will manipulate the amount of inventory they have for FOMO. Let's see if they do that. If this drops to 0 and then comes back at like 5,000 in stock, we know that's what they did. Let's see if we can catch them. 500, 213. Come on, we know there's more people buying than that. We know they've sold out some. Oh, 177. You see that? 177. Did one of you guys just go in there and buy a bunch of these? Because it just dropped quickly. It just dropped very quickly. Very quickly. Let's refresh. Let's keep doing it. We're going to sit here until AppMex runs out of Silver Eagles. It's going to happen. They're dropping at like 20 or 30 every 30 seconds. Let's see. Give me a number. Greater than 177. Give me a number. We'll throw it in there, huh? How about 178, huh? Do that one. Oh, 177. Jonathan Holmes. Loopers gets paid 4 kilograms of silver per hit. That's a lot. 4 kilos of silver per hit. I might have to go into the whacking business. I'm going to have to come up with time travel, though. What I want? Time travel. When do I want it? It's irrelevant. Man, if I could only time travel. Gosh, the things I could do. I could go back to Jekyll Island with an Uzi. Sorry, that was my other voice talking in my head. It's funny, that's the first thing. You always wonder what's the first thing comes to someone's mind when they're talking about time travel. Like, you're talking to someone, hey, you can time travel. What's the first thing you're going to do? I'm like, I'm going to go back to Jekyll Island with an Uzi. Most people wouldn't get it. You guys get it. I can say that here, and you guys would be like, what? He would go back I don't understand. Most people are like, what do you mean, Jekyll Island with an Uzi? What would you do? I don't know. Maybe I'd hunt armadillos. Think about it. I'd go back there and disrupt the little meeting. They're having a meeting. I'm going to disrupt it. You know, you show up, they're like, who are you? You are bizarrely dressed. You're not from here, are you? What is your name? What is your business? We're having a private meeting here. Are you a banker? What bank do you represent, good sir? I'm like, oh, my name's Junius. I bring a message from the future. Oh, yes? And what might that be? What is that god-awful contraption you're clutching there? Is that a firearm, young man? Yeah. Let me introduce you to my little friend. And then I just unload. Can you get in trouble for talking about time travel whacking bankers? Is that something that YouTube frowns upon? Does that put me on a list? I mean, come on. All the guys that were at that meeting are most likely deceased now. So I'm wondering if I can get in any trouble talking about time travel whacking the guys at Jekyll Island. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong think these days. But imagine that. I'm sure Rolf got a kick out of that. Rolf, you think that's a good story? Would that make a good children's book? Junius, the time-traveling assassin. Book 1. Journey to Jekyll Island. What are you doing, good sir? We're just having a meeting about banks. We're trying to enslave the wild population. Stop shooting that. Haska Sun says you're already on the list. Dude, I'm name uno. I'm at the top. If you only saw the van that's outside my house. You know who, 3311. You're already on the list. Oh, you my agent? I wonder if my little agent saw in the chat ever. Dear personal FBI agent, I feel sorry for you. You have to tune into all of these channels. I think sometimes I wonder about him, though. He's tuned in. He's listening. He's probably sitting there sometimes like, man, this whole central bank fractional reserve banking nightmare is starting to make sense. You think he goes home and just lays in his bed and stares at his ceiling fan in his disheveled little apartment, eating microwave meals and top ramen, looking at his broken, shattered failure of a life as he's a bootlicking statist that he is? You think he ever questions his existence and how he serves as an apologist lapdog to the state and the elite, and all he is an enforcement arm of tyranny? Do you think he ever questions that and hears the joy of our free lives and knows who we are? You think they ever wonder that and question their own existence? I wonder. I wonder about my little personal agent as he sits there in his van with his earpiece in, staring at a screen, listening to me ramble time and time again, trying to keep track of me as a threat. Good luck. Oh, man. I love it. Plasma rifle in the 40-watt range, says Ken Leggett. Hey, we haven't checked. Let's check this again. Let's do a refresh. We got to see if Atmex is out of these yet. What was the last number we got? 177? I'm on coffee mug number 2. No, I clicked the link because of my computer. I got to go back. I don't want to look at palladium. I don't care about palladium. I just don't. I never have. Doesn't mean anything to me. Oh, 141. 141. What's the price on this? What do we got there? We got 141. 6,000. Who wants to give me $6,000? I'll buy all of them. What is this? Loan me some money. I need to buy these. Someone typed their credit card number into the chat with the expiration date and the last 3 security numbers on the back. And we'll just gobble these up real quick if you guys could just do that. And you could just say it was compromised. That's what you do. Just let us buy all these, get them shipped and delivered, and then you could just be like, hey, it wasn't me. I don't know. I typed my credit card number into a chat room with this crazy guy, and I think he bought silver with it. My agent just falls asleep all the time. I think he does. He probably does. Yeah. Here we go. Let's continue on. Let's see what's happening here. What are we at? Let's continue on. Let's see how many Silver Eagles does Atmex still have in stock. If you're just tuning in, we've already covered the news. We'll look at some silver prices later. We're not real into it. Right now, silver says $28.92 up here. We'll get excited when it breaks 30 again. We're trying to wait to see if the panic's hitting Atmex. What? They only have 79 left, my friends. It's dropping. We're going to watch this hit 0. We're going to watch the 2021 1 ounce American Silver Eagles go out of stock on probably the largest precious metals trading site and physical bullion dealer in the Estados Unidos, the United States. Let's go. Let's see. Silver and gold Spartan. Let's see if you're right. This is a fun experiment. We're here. This is live on the Junius Maltby channel. We are going to see if this is true. We're going to see if silver and gold Spartan is right. He says when the inventory is out, they'll come back with a more and a higher premium. So please pay attention here. All of you take note. Write it down. They've got $41.91 up here. That's really the lowest. That's if you buy 1,500. Let's just look at the credit card PayPal amount, which is $45.74 for one Eagle. I want to look at that, all right? $45.74. Remember that number. Punch it in the chat. Just remember this. And then I'm going to do a refresh here. $45.74. $45.74. $45.74. $45.77. It's up 3 cents. Let's go like this. 100. 47. They've only got 47 left in stock currently. I know one of you. Hey, Carlos Danger, my friend. Buy the remaining 47 if you can, just to see if it happens. You help us do an experiment here. Just take a hit for the team, would you? Just buy the remaining 47. Somebody go in here and just buy the last 47 of them. Come on. It's nothing. It's peanuts, right? 45.77. Let's refresh. Uh-oh. Out of stock. We just did a refresh, and they are out of stock. It was that quick. We just saw it happen live. Somebody just bought the last 47. Did you guys listen to me? Who did it? Who did it? Who did this? Which one of you did this? It's out of stock, guys. Look at this. That says currently out of stock. Let's see if he's right. Let's see if they come back. I don't see it. I don't see him coming back. I don't see him coming back. We just watched APMEX completely sell out of 2021 Silver Eagles. Gone. They probably started out with hundreds of thousands of these, too. And it's gone. We'll just transfer that into a money market mutual, and it's gone. And we're going to go over to buygoldandsilvercoins.com, see if they have any silver, and it's gone. And we'll go over to ST Bullion and see if ST Bullion has any silver, and it's gone. Okay, what else? We'll just go over to, let's see here. I'm going to type that in. We'll do a search. We'll go over to JM, and it's gone. Sorry, sir, but all the silver on the internet is gone. Beautiful. Give me another website. Let's go clean them out. Let's check it out. Give me another one. Throw it in the chat. Come on. Come on. Let's go. 658 10-ounce bars on JM Bullion. This is according to Jeff Elwell. Is it going down? Keep giving me reports. I want numbers in the chat. This is an intelligence gathering enterprise. We are now a think tank, observing the depletion of silver stock supply live on the Junius Maltby channel. There is no greater group of people to sit with and watch the depletion of silver. Come on, let's go. Show me some more. Silver and Gold Spartan says he's seen this before. He's seen a thing or two. He knows a thing or two. We are farmers. I'm just giving you heck, Silver. You're a good man. You have seen a thing or two, and you know a thing or two. I'm waiting for these to come back in stock. Oh, man. Coffee. I can't imagine. You know, I would trade. It's going to happen one day. I know it. I'm going to have to trade some silver for coffee during the great apocalypse, the end times. You know, can you imagine? I haven't had coffee in like 6 months. I'm pushing some shopping cart down an ash-strewn vacant street. Sporadic gunfire in the distance, smoke wafting on the breeze. Zombies, crawling out of culverts and gutters, burned out buildings, bombed out cities. And I'm just kind of, you hear the wheels creaking as I push my shopping cart down the street. And I haven't had coffee in, again, months, maybe years even. And all I've got left is, a pocket full of old mercury dime silver, maybe a Franklin $50. It's like the largest piece of silver I have. And I've got a little AK slung over my shoulder with only a half a magazine left full of cartridges. And I smell something brewing. And I come upon a camp of migrants, and they're friendly. They hail me, and I come over there to get warm by their fire, and they're brewing coffee. But it's rare at this time in the apocalyptic era. And they say that I can have some coffee, but it's going to cost me some silver. And I ask them how much it is, and they say, well, do you have any silver dimes? And I say, yes, that's the money of New Age. So I pull out a silver dime, and at this time, a silver dime contains, $100, or what used to be about $100 worth of strength of purchasing power. It's a full day's wages during the new era, during the post-apocalyptic age. So I just hand them a full, since I haven't had it, it's, I don't think I have many months left to live anyway. I feel like I should just have a cup of coffee before I perish. I give them my one last mercury dime with a trembling hand. And I take that hot cup of coffee that I haven't smelled or tasted in years. And it's worth it. I do it. There we go. I just traded silver for coffee in my little hypothetical world of apocalypse. There you go. Um, there we go. Yes, my name is nobody says already stockpiled coffee and caffeine pills. Ilarak84 says they're cannibals, Junius. Yeah, I drink the coffee and I realize it's spiked. And I wake up and they're sawing my legs off. Oh my goodness. This just turned into a nightmare. It just turned into a nightmare. I can't imagine. You know what? If I run out of coffee, I'm going out with a bang. A dime is a full day's wages now. Johnny Dingo. It is. You know, you realize that we might see that one day. There's a very, I mean, it's just crazy to think about, but you look at historical silver valuations and you look at how many grains of silver in grams were in like a denarius or a drachma. I mean, we've covered that on this channel at length. If you go back in time and you look at the history of silver, its purchasing power, its strength, crazy. I mean, it is crazy. Let's see. Megan Bill says APMEX has plenty of random year ASEs. So let's go back. I'm going to refresh this one more time. We'll see if the random years are depleting. These are out of stock. The 2021s are gone. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm down almost to my last bit of coffee. And they're gone. A dime is 1/14 of an ounce of silver. Yeah, what are they? 0.07? 0.07, I think. Okay, here we go. 2020s. These are 2020s right here. Let's see how they're doing. Give me a number. Let's go check it out. We're going to go check out the 2020s. We know that the 2021s are gone. Let's see how the 2020s are doing. All right. Bum, ba, bum. All right. Kane, are you taking off? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. Let's see. Here we go. This is the 2020s. They're in stock. Let's try to buy 5,000. Let's see where we're at. That's impossible. Is that possible? They just said they have 5,000 2020 Silver Eagles in stock. So, okay, there we go. I mean, they've got a ton of silver in stock then, if that's the case. I just put 5,000 into a cart, and it's letting me check out with it. So, apparently, there's still quite a few. $46, though. Sorry, that's not going to happen, APMEX. I'm sorry, but they got silver at $29. Look at the spread here real quick. They're showing silver at 20. Can you see the top of the screen? Let me get it to where you can, because you're going to want to see this while we're doing this. It's important. It's important. So here we are in APMEX, right? And again, like I said, I read it and just earlier, they have a right to do this. Free market, you don't have to buy it. Obviously, people are. But according to their page, they've got silver sitting at $29.01, up $2, $1.99 this morning. But they've got $46.87 for an eagle. You're looking at $16 and $17.87 or something over spot. Is that right? Am I right with that? That's crazy. Ridiculous. It's not even normal. It's actually insane. And they've got a tremendous amount of these in stock. So, yeah, their premiums are off the charts. Guess what that means? I'm going to X out of APMEX. They're dead to me today. And again, it's not their fault. I just choose as a participant in a free market mutually agreed upon exchange or whatever, I don't want to purchase from them because of the price right now. So I'm not going to. So I'm going to look at other places. Let's go to SD Bullion, huh? Where's SD Bullion? We'll go there. We'll check out what they got. What's their spread? It was $16 on. I've got links down below for SD Bullion. Okay. $10 business days for shipping. That's not bad. I'm not worried about that. Let's go to silver, buy it now. Let's check it out. Let's see what they got. Okay. Let's go. Let's see what we got. American Silver Eagles. Let's just use that as our measurement. Our measurement here. We're going to go to, there we go, Silver Eagles. Okay, here we are. Notify me. So these are all out of stock. Mini Monster Box in stock. They've got those, but everything else it looks like is out of 2020 burnished. $80. Nope, sorry, that's just like a special thing. So everything else, it looks like the standard Eagles are completely out of stock at SD Bullion. Out of stock across the board. All right. JM Bullion, let's go there. American Silver Eagles, 225 products. Clicking on it. Let me get it to where you guys can see it. Again, I got to keep remembering to do this for you. All right, get the screen set up. I'm getting there. Just bear with me. Be patient. I know no one's complaining, but coin availability, none, Rolf says. Here we go. I'm in American Silver Eagles now on JM Bullion. They're showing a silver ask at $29.03. All American Silver Eagles. So we'll just click that. Okay. All. We're going to go there. We're going to see what they got. What do you got? What do you got? What is this? What is this? Rolf, what is this? They don't have anything in stock. What is this? I don't know what this is. They've got everything out of stock from here over here. So we've got the 1 ounce random years, gone. Coal or damaged, gone. 1 ounce Eagles random, gone. We're not looking at proofs, but they're all gone anyway, so it wouldn't matter if I was. 06, 13s, 9s, everything down here, all out of, and it's gone. Out of stock. In stock alerts, they're all gone. The only things that are in stock is no one's paying. I mean, are you kidding me right now? No. $2,000 for this like proof, reverse proof coin. You might as well take that off the page. I'm not looking at it. Here we go. Let's just go to these 2020 1 ounce coins, $38 in stock. Best deal so far that I've seen. JM Bullion beating APMEX by a lot of money. A lot of money. So let's check these out. Let's go to this. Let's go 1,000. Oh, they have them in stock, it looks like. You've added them to the cart. Let's go to this. 100. 1, 2. Oh, they won't let me add more than 1,000. So let's go like this. I'll do 9,000 then. 9,000. Add to cart. Oh, here we go. Here you go. It says it right there. You see it? Unfortunately, we only have 9,731 in stock. If you would like a larger quantity, please call our sales department at 1-800-276-6508 or email us at support@jmbullion.com. Hello, JM Bullion. Yes, my name is Junius Maltby. I'd like to buy 25,000 1 ounce American Silver Eagles, if you could. All right, so JM Bullion looks like they're doing well, keeping their prices reasonable. I mean, look at this down here. If you're buying e-check or wire, $39, not bad. $9. I mean, it still has $9 over. So are you kidding? For silver? I mean, back in the day, this was insanity. $9 over spot. That's crazy. I mean, that's back when like silver was $4. Imagine you're paying $13 for a coin. It just never happened. I remember when I was a kid, I was paying like $5, $6 for Eagles all the time. I imagine that. I used to go into a coin shop when I was a kid, and I would walk out with silver Eagles for $5 or $6. Can you imagine that? I can't imagine that again. Again, you talk about time travel, go back in time, just slap myself off my skateboard, say, hey, look, kid, what's wrong, sir? Look, I'm you in like 40 years. Here's what you're going to do. When you go into that coin shop, you're going to buy silver Eagles. You're going to buy all of them. and then you're going to keep them. You're never going to sell them for any reason whatsoever. Believe me, in the future, it's really ugly. 2021. They don't have flying cars like you think. It's a lot worse. Things aren't that nice. All right. I don't mind it. I understand they're a business and it's a free market. They can sell them for whatever they want. And as a free market participant, I can go someplace else, like JM Bullion, and buy them for this. So APMEX can sell for whatever they want. And if people are dumb enough to go over there and buy it for that, well, then so be it. SD Bullion. Let's see what BGASC, All American Silver Eagles. Let's see what they got it going for. They're usually pretty reasonable. But they weren't taking, I think they stopped. Unopened mint rolls, Silver Eagles, BU Bullion. Low prices. Not bad. Not bad. Again, SD Bullion was what? What did we find here? These were in the 30 range. Did you see this? And I've got a link down below for buy gold and silver coins, BGASC, because I've always said these guys are great. Again, they're not going to take orders until about 2:30 today, but it looks like their price, doesn't matter, they're gone, out of stock. Email me when available. Email me when available. Email me when available. So they're all gone too. All right. Well, they're all out. Everyone's out. Yes. All of them are out. Well, that's it. I think we've worn out our welcome. I've worn out my welcome in your guys' homes and on your screens. I think we'll call it for the day, and we'll check in later on. I'm going to let you guys go. I appreciate you guys being here with me this morning for this historic occasion, this market open, watching the silver prices pump. Let's go back to CNBC, see if they've got any new headlines, anything developing. We'll check in on the markets real quick. We'll do a quick price recap. Oh, look at this headline over here. Do you guys see this? Silver jumps 9%, most in 11 years, as Reddit traders try to squeeze play with the metal. Keep it up, guys. Keep the squeeze on. We've got gold up 1439 up to 1861.70. Really only up 0.75% though. Again, gold's not, you got silver's up like literally 10 times in percentage gains this morning. Up $1.95, up 28.86. Government forecasts sees rapid growth recovery, labor force returning to pre-pandemic level by 2022. Of course they do, because they just rigged an election. They got all that stuff. Oh, I shouldn't say that. YouTube will ban me because I questioned it. How dare you question the election? How dare you? Everything was above board. What's up, Mrs. Maltby? Are you working today? What time do you clock in? 5 minutes? Oh, I got to definitely log off then. I'm sure your work would not want to hear me out the other side of the room ranting and raving. They'd be like, who's that madman, ma'am? You'd be like, that's just my husband. He has a syndrome. We don't know what it is yet.
I know what it is.
You're so cute when you wake up in the morning. You're all sleepy-headed. Oh, if you guys only saw little Mrs. Maltby. You hear us earlier? We gave a little tribute to little Fugs. We all talked about it. Sal gave us his condolences as well. He was in the chat. I know. It's okay, baby. I don't want to make you cry, but yes, everyone talked, and we all had a moment of remembering for little Figgles, Miss Fuggles. All right, my friends, I'm going to go whip up some breakfast for Mrs. Maltby and myself. I think I'll make her a little omelet, and I'm going to let you guys go. And I hope you guys had a good morning with me. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I hate to say goodbye to all 227 of you that are sticking this out.
Thank everybody for their support.
Tell them.
With Figaro.
Just tell them.
I can't really talk. I appreciate it.
Mrs. Maltby doesn't really have the words, but she's saying she really appreciates it, and thank you to everyone who offered her support. All of you have a good rest of your day. Keep stacking. Put the heat on. And check out the earlier videos this week as this situation built into the tempest that it has become. Take care.